Hello, beautiful friends and family and extras. First things first, I got glasses.
I got glasses.
And I feel super smart. Don't you think just having glasses makes you a little bit smarter? Or really stupid because you can't see. Interesting. The other thing I did want to mention, thank you to my sponsor for my Apple Watch. It's not my Apple Watch, but I really want one. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. First of all, I wanted to give a brief explanation as to why I didn't upload last week. So I try and upload quite live. So I'm filming this on Saturday and I'm going to be uploading it on Tuesday. I don't really want it to be a channel where it's not in real time. There's just a few things that were going on in my personal life that I didn't feel I was ready to share with everyone. Maybe one day I'll get into it, maybe I won't. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I think it would have also come off a lot that I wasn't okay and that I was kind of just putting on a show, which is not what I want to do. Now that I'm uploading consistently every week, bar last week, I'm finding like I'm holding myself accountable to that and I'm really wanting to constantly upload. And I feel like the pressure of that last week, it just was too much and I just really needed to take a step back. So I'm back now for episode 5, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 episodes. The last episode wasn't really part of my anxiety series and this one's not really going to be either. When I'm saying anxiety series, I literally mean stuff around anxiety. You've seen on my channel, I've got 2 playlists and I'm going to be uploading to each playlist with each video. So depending on what that topic's going to be about, it's going to go under a certain playlist. I've got anxiety and then I've got self-loving, and the next one I'm going to introduce, and this episode is going to go under that category, is going to be called insecurity. This is basically going to be about my insecurities. So there's things that people have out there that are something they're not secure about, whether or not it's relationships, commitment, money, friends, work, different personality traits. I feel like everyone's got insecurities. If you don't, then that's an insecurity in itself. So this episode is going to be about money, finance, budgets, all that sort of thing. I did originally wanted to have like money, like even if it was real or fake money, and do the whole like, but you kind of need money to do that. And I don't have any money. I don't want to come at this episode with, oh my God, I've saved so much money in the last, however long, because it's completely untrue. I don't have many savings at all at the moment, if any. That's why I wanted to do this episode, because then later on I can hold myself accountable with you guys or with myself or both and be like, hey, this actually did work. And if it didn't, then at least I can reevaluate and I've got a track record to go back on. Anyone who knows me knows that I am terrible at saving money. I'm terrible at spending money. I just don't go hand in hand with money. That goes back to my money story. So your money story is basically how you've been raised in accordance to money. I'm sure most of you know that anything that you've got in your life as an adult pretty much stems back to when you were a child. So I wasn't really taught the value of money just because I was quite spoiled as a kid and I got everything that I wanted. So I never really saw the value in money, and that into adulthood translates to me not seeing the value of money and basically treating it like it's water. It's something that has held me back my whole life. Don't particularly believe that money can buy happiness, but I do believe that it can help stabilize your mental health. I do sort of 3 little segments in this video. The first one is going to be about a podcast that I found recently through a friend that has really kickstarted me into wanting to do better and different with my money. Second is going to be a budget tracker, which is what I've come up with by the help of some friends over the last year. I've come up with a bit of a budget tracker that I use on Google Sheet. And then the third thing is going to be my journal, which I've started using. Kind of a little bit off topic, but it does come into play with money, because one of my goals in my journal is to save money. The podcast that I found is called She's on the Money, and they talk all things money. So Afterpay, they talk about shopping smarter, they talk about investments and saving for a first house, and they have real life money stories, or they're talking about how, they've gotten to a certain point. I've always been a person that wanted to catch up to other people and feel like I should be doing something, or I must have done something wrong in order to be where I am financially. But in saying that, everyone's got a different story. Everyone's got a different path in life. I think that the only way you can change something is by changing it, making that decision to make a change, which is what I've done. The main 3 points that I've really learned from it so far, and I honestly haven't even gone through many episodes, probably like 10 out of how many, there's so many on there. The first one was to shop smarter. The second one was about your money story. I also, from the first episode, which is actually called Your Money Story, that's a first step in coming up with a budget and making sure that you can be financially secure is laying down, you know, what you earn, what you spend, what you own, and what you owe. Printed out my bank statement and I basically went through stuff that was a luxury for me to buy. Said that if whatever's highlighted in that section is what's most important to you. And I just found it really weird that my last episode was on personal values, and they basically say that if you're highlighting all of the things that you've spent, that you want to spend your money on, that you have spent your money on, then they should be in line with your values, and then that's what's most important to you. And that really, like, I was like, wow, it's like this episode was written for me. Even if you're not struggling with money, I reckon that it would just help. It'll just at least give you different insights, maybe things you haven't thought of. And the second thing is my budget tracker. So basically here, as you can see, income, I've got all of my expenses. If they're bold, it means that's how often they come out, or that's how often I need to pay them. For my own peace of mind, I've recently added this column here, which is when they're due next. And then these are actually my accounts. So in my Suncorp account, I've got 4 different sub accounts, and then this is what will come out of each account. I haven't completely finished my budget yet, which is why I've got this. So anything with an asterisk, I need to change the location of where it's actually coming out of. These are just like additional expenses that I've got, which is stuff that's not worked into here because they're one-time things. Idiotic me, I got speeding fine and a parking fine over Christmas. Another hot tip, don't speed. It's just not worth it. And then this other thing that I came up with, which I recently only came up with, and I thought of like a red light kind of system, was these purchase goals. I've got so many things that pop up that I'm like, oh, I want that. And this way, what happens is if I've written it down, I can look at that whenever I want. And if I'm like, oh, I've changed my mind, I don't really want it, then I know at least I'm not going to be buying it on impulse. So these types of things, like an Apple Watch, Galaxy projector, Rogo mic, they're stuff for my office. And then yeah, Tiffany bracelet, I've always wanted to buy myself one. Couch for the office, again, not important. 2+ years jet ski, that's a long-term goal, like 10 years. And then a car I need quite soon. You can also see at the top here, luckily enough, I've been getting paid 2 incomes because of COVID. So go on to this next one. So I've done current week as well. So basically this is like my bank account. Whenever anything goes in, I'll put it on there, and then I will write down other things. I have a lot of direct debits, which is why I've started doing this. The amount of times that I haven't noticed things come out of my account, I don't even know what they were for. So yes, that is what I have done for my budget. I have only really stuck to this the last 10 days. It's going to be interesting to see how I go, but honestly, I have felt so much more in control of my money having this and going by it. I'm saving for a number of things. I'm one of those people that I just can't see money sitting there. I need it to be doing something, and I really want to change that about myself because it's not a good way to live. The amount of times I've broken down and been in a really dark, depressive place because of my finances is ridiculous. And then the last part that I wanted to talk about was my self journal. So I bought this journal during isolation. So this was probably like easily 6 months old, and it really overwhelmed me. So basically I've set 3 goals for myself. They recommend for you to set goals based around 3 different things. So personal, health, and business. Second one is a money goal. So to save $2,000 for my birthday, which is in 19 weeks. Kind of doesn't just leave it there, which is what I like. It then breaks your goals down into progress goals, and then it breaks that down even more into actions and tasks. So based on progress goal 1, how am I going to get there? And then, which I like even more, is it breaks it down into days, and it breaks those days down into hours. So basically you are breaking down your goals into steps that you do each day. It breaks it down into weeks, and then you have habits and activities that you can track through each week. It's been really nice to wake up and go to sleep every night and have something to do and look forward to, and you're tracking your progress in life. I've only been using it a week, not even a week. So hopefully by the end of this year, I'm going to be a completely different person in terms of my financial security. I really want to know if anyone else is in the same position at the age that I am, because I feel like sometimes I'm the only person that has gotten themselves in this bloody mess. So if you are, let me know. Make me not be the only person out on that ledge, because it sucks. I'm almost at 10,000 steps for the day. So I'm just like getting it out. So close. 10,000. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll go. Thank you. Oh! Can you get it out. This is serious. This is serious stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.